10. So I know my solutions are negative 12 and 10. When you put them in factors, the signs will switch. So instead of negative 12, I put plus 12. Instead of 10, I put negative 10. So if you want to, you can go backwards. So you can graph and solve. You can graph and solve backwards if you want. All right, last one is quadratic formula. All right, so quadratic formula is going to tell you real and imaginary. And the best thing about quadratic formula is you can use this anytime. There's never a time where I would say that quadratic formula is not a good way to go. You can always use quadratic formula. There won't be a time when I'm like, oh, well, this part of it makes it harder. It always works. All right. So I do need to get it equal to 0. So minus the 2x, 5x squared minus 2x plus 10 equals 0. Careful with your signs. All right, then we're going to go ABC. 5, negative 2, 10. And then we're going to put in the formula. All right, so I'm going to write the formula down. All right, so it's on the wall. It's in your notes. You don't have to have that memorized. So x equals negative b. So that means this is going to turn to a positive 2 plus minus the square root, negative 2 squared minus 4 times 5 times 10, all over 2 times 5. And then you are going to type all of this in your calculator. Negative 2 squared minus 4 times 5 times 10. And I get negative 196. Over 10. All right, so when you type all that in, I got that. All right, now on this one, I do need to take an I out, and I'm going to see if 196 has a square root. It does. So I got 2 plus minus 14i over 10. All right, the square root of 196 is 14. It has an I because it's negative. Now remember, when you are doing the roots that work out evenly, you need to split this up and type it in. I'm kind of running out of space. So 2 plus 14i over 10 and 2 minus 14i over 10. All right, so we're going to type both those in the calculator. 2 plus 14, the I is second decimal point, over 10. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change that to a minus sign. So these two guys are my answers. All right, so my answers on this one are going to be 1 over 5 plus 7 over 5i and 1 over 5 minus 7 over 5i. So if it is an even root, you have to type them in. And those are all the ways that we learned how to solve quadratics.